Afternoon, everybody. Let me welcome Dr. Nick. You are 2 minutes late. Sunil, my good friend, thank you for the opportunity to address after lunch. Faith omitted to mention that sometimes if there was pop is the ability to be a curtain after lunch. But I got a remote just to just put it back up for everybody. Faith, you mentioned something this morning and you spoke about generations and how we are actually imprisoning our next generations. The reality of the matter is that I think on Tuesday, during the City Council meeting in the city of Johannesburg, COJ, they were deliberating and wanting to pass a loan of 5.3 billion rand for an entity called City Power. And everybody has some affinity with City Power. And ironically enough, they actually agreed. They passed it. But the generational challenge for the next generation is for the next 15 years. The city of Joburg will pay every 3 months 44 million rands. So I'm now 64. I will be 79 and we'll still be paying 44 million rands. And that is what is happening when leaders are not making the right decisions and not thinking about the generations after us. The Bible says very emphatically and very clearly, one generation must praise the works of another generation. I would like to submit to this auspicious audience today to say to you that is not happening where we are. The generations are actually cursing us. And if we do not get to a place where we turn things around quickly, we will find that the very next generations will actually hold us accountable. So we are accountable today for whatever we need to do in this job summit, future job summit, whatever we can do. I was here last year and I'm back here. And I want to encourage the leadership of SEP, not South African Police, but SEP. But SEP, I want to encourage you, you must be resilient like water. Water has the ability and the propensity to flow over a rock for a long time. And then someday, one day, that water, as soft as it is, will shape that rock. So SEP must actually take this, continue to do what you are doing. Do not get discouraged. And every one of you, whether it be APSA or any other organization that is here, any company that is here, we must never lose hope. We must never give up. We must never come to a place where we say it's not going to happen. We must be the epitome of hope in a very bad situation. We can't look at the darkness, we must look at the light. Because the light will always dispel darkness. Indeed, my privilege once again to be here, distinguished leaders from business and government, academia and civil society, captains of industry, innovators, inventors, colleagues and friends. Allow me to firstly express my sincere appreciation for the invitation to participate in this prestigious summit at such an important moment in the journey of our country. If we for a moment think we are gathering to discuss jobs, we might as well leave. Because we are here for something much greater, larger, bolder. We are gathered to discuss the future of our society. We are gathered to discuss dignity. We are gathered to discuss inclusion. We are gathered to discuss whether the next generation South Africans will inherit an economy that expands opportunity, or one that continues to lock millions out of meaningful participation. Because behind every unemployment statistic is what we call a human story. It is the graduate who leaves university full of hope, only to sit at home sending unanswered applications. I hope you will be that answer for them. I hope government will be that answer for them. It is the young entrepreneur with a brilliant idea, but no access to capital networks or markets. It is the talented young person in a township, in a community who may possess world-class ability in coding, design, digital innovation, or creative enterprise, but who simply lacks exposure and opportunity. And therefore, the conversation around employment can never be reduced to economics and numbers of jobs alone. It is fundamentally about human potential. South Africa stands at a critical crossroads. Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa stands at a defining crossroads. The challenges before us are undeniable. Youth unemployment remains alarmingly high, as we heard. Economic equality continues to shape life outcomes. At this juncture, I want to divert from my speech and ask, is because we are not finding ourselves in the townships where the needs are most prevalent. We are not finding ourselves where the hurt is more palpable. We need to, and I said it last year, I want to reiterate it and reinforce it. We must find some kind of strategy, some mechanism to take us to where the need is. And when that happens, we'll be able to begin to change the lives of those young people. They don't have the money even to send a CV from a postnet. They don't have the money to go via taxi or Uber to EPSA in town. They don't have it anymore. So it's important that we begin to reshape our mindset. How do we take us to where the need really is? So I would like to ask you today, as the chair of chairs in the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, and I firmly believe that this generation has the opportunity to fundamentally reshape the future of employment and economic participation in our country. However, doing so will require something very important. It will require us to stop approaching tomorrow's problems with yesterday's thinking. Because the truth is that the world has changed. Everybody has spoke of artificial intelligence. I don't want to go into that for now because you spoke at large about it. But even artificial intelligence is a foreign vocabulary when it comes to the children in township. And we need to begin to take it to them. A young person in Johannesburg today is no longer only competing within Gauteng and South Africa, they are competing globally. And that is true. Then our development thinking must also become globally responsive. Allow me to say, we continue preparing young people only for traditional industries. While the global economy rapidly evolves around us, the future economy will reward adaptability. It will reward innovation. It will reward digital competence. It will reward problem solving. And perhaps most importantly, it will reward those societies capable of unlocking. Let me not leave out government as I divert slowly. Government is also an impediment. And being the chair of chairs, I've come to realize that while networking, I think with Masing outside and Ravi Pillay, I began to realize that even in Gauteng, they're not opening up the opportunities and the doors and flexibility. They are not pliable enough. I was told that 26,000 jobs were created last year. Gauteng only 3,000 jobs. It is the government of Gauteng that must change they are babysitters. They are holding everything for themselves and hoarding for themselves. And I'm not afraid to say it. Government must change the way they do things. The executive needs to think differently when it comes to youth unemployment. At the moment, it's in a bad state. And if government is not going to come to the party, Our children will remain in the back of the township, and we need to bring them out. So allow me to say today, oversight in my capacity as a Gauteng Provincial Legislature. We are not the implementing arm of government. We are not the executive. We are the democratic institution tasked with oversight, accountability, public participation, and ensuring that government interventions generally improve the lives of our people. But oversight in modern governance cannot simply mean identifying problems after they occur. The MEC was here this morning, and the MEC said they will create 10,000 jobs in the next month of June. Believe me, I have heard it. Believe me, I have noted it. And believe me, I will hold her accountable for those 10,000 jobs. Oversight must become strategic. It must become developmental. It must become future-focused. Oversight, over the years, has been oversight over cadres, oversight over members, of members, oversight of people with the same logo, the same colors. Let me submit to you today, oversight in the next 5 and 10 years, 15 years, will have a new face. It will not be, I'm looking after my brother. It will not be, we eat from the same trough. The devil is a liar, if I can say it as a bishop. We are saying today, oversight will have a new face. And therefore today, I do not speak merely about what government must do. I speak about what all of us must do. I repeat, all of us. Because unemployment at this scale cannot be solved by government alone. Business cannot solve it alone. Civil society not alone. Educational institutions not alone. This challenge demands a collective national effort, a new social compact. As I draw to a slow close, like a good pastor will say, one where government creates enabling environments. And you must hold them accountable. You must come out of the closet, as it were, to say that you are not creating enabling environments. One where business invests boldly in skills and innovation. One where academia aligns learning with future industry demand. And one where society supports entrepreneurship, creativity, and economic inclusion. From job seekers to job creators as I close. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest shifts South Africa needs is a psychological and economic shift. For too long, our systems have largely prepared young people to seek employment. But increasingly, we must also prepare them to create employment. We must build a society where innovation is encouraged early, where entrepreneurship is normalized, where starting a business not viewed as a last resort, but as a legitimate and celebrated pathway to economic growth and nation building. Because the future of employment is not only about jobs, it is about an ecosystem of opportunity. I thank you very much.